Hello there, welcome to yet another exciting time with me, Sonia Ohoja. And today on the program, we will be talking about money, sex, or love. That's the question we're asking today. That relationship that you are into and that relationship that you are about to get into, is it for money, sex, or love? And indeed, going into a relationship, is it tied down to just those three things I just mentioned? Money, sex, or love? We'll find out all about this in a minute. Hey, welcome back on the program with me, Sonia Couture. And today, like I said, we're talking money, sex, or love in relationships. So yes, as a man, as a woman, when you get into a relationship, the first question, you might want to be asking yourself is, what am I going into this relationship for? There are several reasons, 1,000 reasons, if you ask me, why people might want to go into relationships. But in recent times, call it the Gen Z generation, and of course the millennials as well, I've started to kind of think alike in this direction as well. These three things, amongst the thousands of reasons why people get into relationships, is tied down to the money, sex, or the love. And then the other reasons can follow, from the spirituality to every other factor can come afterwards. So the first question is money. Is money really that vital in a relationship that it should be considered as a major reason to choose a partner? And let's talk about sex. How many persons still go with the abstinence these days? How many relationships do we have where people say, okay, there's no sex, we're just getting to know ourselves, we're dating, it's just everything but sex. And then eventually, maybe when we eventually get married, sex can follow. Do we still have such relationships these days? And then finally, love. What is love? Some persons will say love is a fantasy all created in our heads. But what's my thoughts about all of this? Trust me, despite the fact that we have several other reasons why people go into relationships these days, relationship between a man and a woman, now that's what I'm talking about, not a business relationship and all of that. Despite the fact that there are several reasons why people do all of that out there today, trust me, I put it to you that you listening to me today, it's either you're with that man or that woman because she is or he is financially capable. You went into it because of the money. The old sugar daddy thing and the old, even dating a young guy or your mate or a younger guy or a younger girl or an older woman, older man, whatever, sometimes, most times it's tied to money. Some persons might want to say, okay, I do not necessarily need your money. There's the one that wants to date you for your money. And then there's the one that doesn't want your money. But at the same time, she or he needs you to have your own money, such that you do not become a liability to them. Trust me, I prefer the latter. How do I mean? I would want you as a man or as a woman to have your own money, to be financially, able to sustain yourself before you think of getting a partner or getting into a relationship, so that you do not become a burden to any man's daughter or any man's son. So money cannot be taken away from the reasons why we go into relationship. But the question now is, why are you going into it? For money. Is it that you just want somebody to pay your bills, to foot your expensive lifestyle, to take you, for vacations, to just spend the money to get you all of them expensive things, or you're just getting into a relationship for monetary reasons because you need somebody who is sustainable, who can sustain himself or sustain herself? Either ways, trust me, there is no good or bad way to this thing. I do not necessarily blame those persons, girls or boys, who go into a relationship because of the former reason. That is, they just want you to foot their bills and nothing else. They don't care about any other reason. If you've got the money, they're good to go. They're after the bag. I don't even blame them because some of them have got stories. What's the story behind most of this person? Some of them have put love first, it didn't work out, and now they're putting the money first. Like some persons in Nigeria will say two things that they do, man. You can't necessarily blame those chasing the bag now, but if possible, I would say the bag must be in the equation. Whether it's all the bag that you want, or you just want the person to just have his bag or her bag, to just be okay for himself or herself, then that's fine. Okay, so now quickly over now to sex. Oh right, so like I said before, ask a very simple question. How many of you sincerely, still practice the old biblical, sex before marriage? How many of you do it? Even brothers and sisters in churches, pastors, and what have you. These days, most persons want to sample before they go into it. Trust me, it's not the best if you are a Christian, but come on. How are you supposed to know if, there's going to be a problem with the package if you do not necessarily check it out one way or the other, when you get to the market to buy Gary, for example, you don't necessarily need to eat the entire basket. You can just, throw a bit in your mouth and this one is crunchy. I'm going to enjoy this one. So there are different ways to sample, to test. It's not necessarily, go all the way, but you can go all the way too, so some persons basically just want a partner relationship because they just need somebody to satisfy the sexual urge. Is it a bad thing? You can't fault it either. But trust me, if you do not necessarily balance out the reason why you're going into a relationship for sex, by the time you have the person 1, 2, 3 times, you're tired. And trust me, the whole idea of, I've had Jeanette today, I've had Kingsley today, I've had Tom the other day, I've had Sarah the other day, you might want to try something else. Before you know, you're jumping ships every other month. If sex is your only drive, sex is important, trust me, to keep a relationship these days. You've got to feed. I just use the word feed. Sex and food, I don't know which is more important these days, but both basically work together, So you've got to really feed your partner, and your partner has got to, other than sex, have all the reasons why he or she is in that relationship. Trust me, if sex is the only reason why a relationship is going on, anytime you guys meet, you're doing praising the Lord. Every time you meet, you're clapping. Trust me, that relationship is not going to see the end of the day. That's what I have seen practically. If that's the only thing you're going down with, it's not going to last. But if there are other factors attached to the sex, which is important, then trust me, it's going to work out. Maybe or maybe not. Anyways, there are no guarantees. Okay, finally, now let's talk love. I love you, 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 I love you in the morning, I love you in the afternoon, I love you in the evening. It's so funny how love can just change all of a sudden. Somebody you tell, I love you today, the next day falling out of love with a person. Fine, there are several reasons why you can fall out of love, but what is even love? When you say I love you, do you really mean it? Can we even, love is not tangible, we know it's abstract, it's a feeling, but this feeling that we've all been abusing, when we say it, I feel we abuse it more than we even mean it. How many of us really genuinely love somebody? I don't think it's wise to quickly always go into a relationship and say, I'm into this relationship for love. You cannot love somebody, just at the instance of dating the person. I feel there's got to be an attraction, and from the attraction, you want to be with the person, you like the person enough, you're attracted, you want to date the person. It takes time. Love takes time. Love doesn't happen today. Some of you just meet a man or a woman today, or you see somebody on social media, or you see someone on social media, or any other person, and you're like, hi, I'm in love with this person. Come on, what do you know about the person? Have you seen the person eat? Have you seen the person sleep? Have you seen the person wake up in the morning? Have you seen the person, or have you been where the person actually did farts and the smell? Can you stand it? Have you seen the person get angry? Have you seen the person get happy? Have you seen the person, in her worst state? Have you seen the person in his worst state? So love is not something that just happens overnight. I think attraction is the word. Some of us get attracted and then relationships start, which is good, But love is such a strong word to always use. But if you're going into a relationship for love, just because you need somebody to be there for you, you need somebody to emotionally support you, you need somebody to, just share everything about you with, it's beautiful. But to not be quick, do not be in a hurry to use the 3-letter words, I love you. Do not be in a hurry. Alright, so that's where we're going to be drawing the curtains today on our quick talk about money, love, or sex. Money, sex, love, sex, money. Whichever comes first on the cadre for you. Why are you in that relationship? You might want to review your answers today again and ask yourself, this relationship that I'm in at the moment, is it worth it? Should I be there? You know, sometimes we know the truth, but we just want to deceive ourselves. So yes, all you need to do now is sit back, review your answers. There are 1,000 other reasons. Like I said, it's not limited to those three, but trust me, you've got to weigh the reasons very well. Put them on the table, set your cards straight, and like, okay, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't waste my time on this, and you have to walk away if need be. And yeah, if it's going well for you, why not? And then if you are the type that you have a particular definition of what a relationship should be, and you feel it's working for you, voila. So once again, I ask the question, why are you in that relationship? Are you in it mainly for sex, for the money, or for the vague feeling called love? Until I come your way again, I'm Sonia Kojira. Bye for now.